What's the story, folks? And welcome to This Explainer. Today we're looking at the cost of the Irish kitchen table and why our grocery bills just absolutely refuse to stop rising.
Right, if you're the one doing the big shop this week, you know exactly what this massive 15% represents. I mean, this is the stark, unvarnished reality of Irish food inflation right now. Every single one of us is feeling the pinch at the checkout. It's not in your head and you aren't just imagining things. Those everyday staples are legitimately draining the wallet at a terrifying rate. We're talking about the highest jumps we've seen in decades. And, well, it hits you every single time you tap that card at the till. Section 1, the weekly shock. Let's look at the reality at the till.
So, we are witnessing a genuinely sharp divide right now between the working family's shrinking wallet and those soaring supermarket costs. Look at the cost of a standard Irish family's grocery bill just a few short years ago compared to the absolute mountain of a bill it is today. Your hard-earned euros simply doesn't stretch anywhere near as far. We have a massive divide here, folks. While working families are squeezed tighter than ever, literally just trying to budget for the exact same trolley of goods to feed the kids, the prices on those supermarket shelves have marched stubbornly upwards. The basics haven't changed, but my goodness, the price tag sure has. Section 2, tracing the price tag. Okay, let's dive into this and follow the money.
We know the bill is brutally high, but where are those extra euros actually going? You probably think you're just buying bread, milk, and maybe a bit of chicken for the Sunday roast, right? Well, not quite. Massive slices of that cost are now dedicated entirely to energy, transport, and supply chain overheads. The large global players are basically passing these massive overheads right down the line, straight to your kitchen table. Here's exactly how this builds across the system. Step 1, we've got international port and logistics delays. Things get stuck, containers are sitting idle. Then, step 2, because of those global pressures, fuel and transport costs absolutely spike, meaning it costs a small fortune just to move the goods from A to B. And finally, step 3, the inevitable price hikes hit the supermarket shelves right here in Ireland. So, a delay at a port thousands of miles away or a sudden jump in the price of diesel directly adds heavy cents and sometimes whole euros to the price of everyday Irish staples. We're talking about your Kerrygold butter, your tea bags, or a loaf of sliced pan. Section 3, the sneaky shrinkflation trick, or how we end up paying more for less. Now, it's not just global supply chains at fault here. We really have to look at local supermarket pricing strategies, because some of them are absolutely chancing their arm. Take shrinkflation. It's this incredibly frustrating practice of reducing a product's size or quantity while keeping its price exactly the same, or sometimes even increasing it anyway. This is a silent, stealthy driver of food inflation. It doesn't shout at you from a big yellow reduced sticker. No, it quietly targets the busy daily consumer, who might not immediately notice that their favorite packet of biscuits is suddenly 3 biscuits lighter, or the block of cheese is noticeably thinner. And this brilliantly illustrates a massive, glaring divide in the current market. On one side, you have what Irish consumers pay now, those stubbornly high everyday prices, and on the other, what they actually get in the basket. Smaller package sizes and reduced volume. You have corporate supermarket pricing tactics designed specifically to protect their profit margins, contrasting sharply with working families who are just trying to get decent value on the weekly shop. Section 4, the working family's squeeze. Who really pays? We need to bring all this data right back home to the Irish kitchen table. Families feel so entirely squeezed from all sides because, well, number 1, wages are simply not keeping pace with food inflation. I mean, your paycheck isn't magically jumping up 10 or 15% when your grocery bill does, is it? Number 2, those completely unavoidable transport and energy pass-down costs we talked about earlier. You literally can't opt out of them. And number 3, rigid supermarket pricing strategies that refuse to give an inch. It creates a stark, glaring contrast. You have the daily stressful struggle of the Irish family trying to balance the household books, completely at the mercy of insulated global supply giants and large retailers who always make sure their own margins are fiercely protected first. This dynamic captures the pure frustration and the genuine exhaustion of the squeezed Irish family. People are literally just trying to put a decent warm dinner on the table for their kids amidst absolutely relentless cost increases. We can talk about logistics and bottlenecks all day long, sure, but ultimately, this data translates to real, deep anxiety at the checkout line for ordinary folks. Folks who are working hard, doing everything right, but still feel like they're falling further and further behind every single time they step foot in a grocery store. Which leaves us with this final, very serious question to consider as we wrap up this explainer. If these global supply chain bottlenecks and energy issues finally resolve themselves and wholesale costs actually do go down, will the working Irish family ever actually see supermarket prices drop back down at the till? Or is the new, exorbitant price just here to stay? It really makes you wonder who truly holds the power over the cost of our weekly shop, doesn't it? Thanks for joining me today. Mind yourselves and keep a very close eye on those receipts.